Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm really pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Now, if you're building a career in hospitality, you know that trust is the absolute currency of our industry. But have you ever wondered how the best hotels build that trust from the inside out? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the one core principle that every great hotel operation is built on. Then we'll see how that idea actually works at a busy front desk. We'll even tackle some of the real world challenges you'll face, like when you're short staffed. After that, we'll explore the power of authorization. And finally, we'll pull it all together to see how these pieces build a team you can really count on. Let's jump in. Okay, first up, let's get right to the foundation, the bedrock of financial integrity in any hotel you'll ever work in. It's this concept called segregation of duties. And trust me, it's a total game changer. So what does that really mean in plain English? Well, at its core, it's a simple but super powerful idea. You never, ever want one single person to have control over a financial transaction from beginning to end. Just that one rule. It's probably one of the best ways to stop honest mistakes and intentional fraud right in their tracks. And this slide breaks it down perfectly. Think about any transaction. It's got four key parts. First, there's authorization. Getting the green light. Then execution, actually doing the thing. After that comes recording, getting it documented. And finally, review, where someone double checks everything. Now here's where the magic happens. In a perfect world, you'd have four different people handling each one of those steps. Okay, so that's the textbook version, right? But what does this look like in the real world? In a chaotic hotel lobby when everything's moving a mile a minute. Let's dig into a super common example. All right, picture this. It happens 100 times a day. A guest is checking out. They want to pay their bill in cash. So the front desk agent takes the money. But, and this is the crucial part, that same agent isn't the one who later reconciles all the cash from the day. Nope. That's a totally separate task handled by a different person, usually in the back office. And right there, that's the beauty of this whole system. Just by separating those two jobs, you've created a natural check and balance. It makes it way harder for a simple mistake, like miscounting the cash, to go unnoticed. And of course, it's a massive barrier against anyone thinking about doing something dishonest. Now look, that sounds great in a perfect world, doesn't it? But let's be real, we don't work in a perfect world. What happens when you're short-staffed? Let's get into the messy, real-world challenges. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. It's a great question. What about the night shift, when there's only one person at the desk? Or what if you're working in a smaller boutique hotel with a tiny team? How on earth are you supposed to segregate duties then? This is where a good manager really shines. They use what are called compensating controls. Basically, if you can't have that perfect separation of duties, you have to build in other safety nets, other safeguards to protect the process. It's all about being smart and adapting to the situation. So, what do these controls actually look like in practice? Well, it could be something as simple as a manager making it a priority to review the night auditor's report first thing every morning. Or maybe you have someone from accounting do random spot checks. Or you just schedule more frequent internal audits. See? These are the kind of professional solutions for those real-world problems. And this quote from Europe Hotel School London just hits the nail on the head. It says, "Effective control design requires adapting principles to operational realities without compromising integrity." What that really means is you don't just blindly follow a rule if it's impossible. The true skill is bending the method to fit the reality of the situation while never, ever compromising on the principle of integrity. All right, let's move on and add another crucial layer to our security onion. We're talking about the power of authorization. This works hand in hand with everything we've just discussed, creating another powerful check on how hotel resources are used. This table gives you a really clear picture of how it works. Just look, a small guest refund, say up to 100 euros, the front office supervisor can handle that. But comping a whole room for a night, that's got to be the front office manager. And a really big discount, over 20%, that's going straight to the general manager. See how the required authority goes up with the risk? This is how you protect the hotel's assets and make sure everyone is following the rules. But here's the thing, for any of this to work, it can't just be a we all kind of know the rules situation. No way. It has to be written down. You need clear, written procedures. You need official approval limits. And this is so important today.
These limits have to be built right into the property management system with role-based access rights, so the system itself enforces the rules. Okay, let's pull back for our final section and talk about what really matters most, the human side of all this. Because at the end of the day, these systems aren't just about processes and spreadsheets. They're about people and building a culture of real accountability and trust. You see, when roles are super clearly defined, it's so much easier to be accountable. If a mistake happens, you can easily find where it came from. And that's not about playing the blame game. It's about finding opportunities for better training and support. That kind of clarity actually helps everyone do a better job and cuts down on team drama.
And please remember this. This is huge. These controls are not just about protecting the hotel's bottom line. They are there to protect you, the employee. When you have clear rules and a fair system, you can do your job with total confidence, knowing that the structure is there to back you up.
I absolutely love this final thought from Europe Hotel School London because it wraps everything up so perfectly. Strong internal controls create a professional environment where trust is built through structure, not assumption. Think about that. We don't build trust by just assuming everyone will do the right thing. We build it by creating a strong, transparent structure that supports everyone.
So as you step out into your careers, take these principles with you. Segregation of duties, proper authorization. These aren't just boring rules from a textbook. They are the actual tools you're going to use to build integrity, to build a great reputation, and to build a team that has each other's backs. So my question to you is, how are you going to apply these principles to build trust in your team?